In today's video, we're going to be going over 10 vehicles you need to own in 2021 and why you need to own them. I made one of these videos back in January of 2020 and you guys seem to love it. 1.8 million views and 33,000 likes. So obviously, I'm going to make an episode 2 of this for 2021. Before we get into it, be sure to go and subscribe to my boy. It's Joseph. He's starting out a YouTube channel. Go show him some support and some love. The link is down below in the description. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and let's get into it. First up on this list is the Itali RSX. You could buy it for $3.4 million on Legendary Motorsports, or if you unlock the trade price by doing Moody Man missions, you can get it for $2.6 million. And this car is amazing. It has a top speed of 135 miles per hour, which is insanely fast, and its acceleration is immaculate. It does 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. This car is extremely fast, fun to drive, lots of cool customizations, and it's definitely a vehicle you need to own in 2021. Even if you just do drag races at the airport, bring this vehicle over there, and if you can get the launch perfectly, you will absolutely smoke any other vehicle in the game. You can even beat the Pariah, which is one of the fastest cars in GTA 5 with a top speed of about 138 miles per hour. So this car is just amazing, and it's definitely one you need to own. The next vehicle you need to buy in 2021 is going to be the Kostka, I know I pronounced that wrong, submarine. This thing is the #1 vehicle you need to buy, especially if you want to make money. Obviously, the reason you need to buy it is for the Kyle Perico heist. You guys can complete this in about an hour to an hour and a half and make $1.3 to $1.75 million as of right now. And when the Sapphire Panther is released into the game, you'll be able to make well over $2 million solo in about an hour to an hour and a half in GTA 5 Online, which is amazing. And of course, you can upgrade it, spend about $10 million total. You do not need to buy any upgrades on it, by the way. If you do want to do the heist, you just need to spend the $2.2 million flat, and then you guys will be able to start up that heist and make your money back literally instantly after you complete the heist one time. In terms of upgrades, though, you can get some pretty cool stuff like this missile system that you could buy, which you could pretty much constantly shoot no matter what if you're the only one in the submarine, and it has an insane distance. It can literally travel all the way across the map if you're going horizontal from east to west or west to east. It'll easily be able to travel across the entire map, wipe out enemies. It doesn't have the most amount of power, but it is still really fun to use. You can also get a sonar station, I believe, and of course you can drive this submarine and shoot torpedoes, which is pretty cool. And you can also store any kind of submersible vehicles you own, like the Toreador or the Stromberg, and also purchase helicopters and the new submarine like the Sparrow and the Avacia submarine, I believe that's what it's called. But the main reason you want to get it is because of the heist. You'll make a ton of money just by owning this vehicle. Another vehicle you need to own while still on the Kostka submarine, I gotta learn how to pronounce that, is the Sparrow helicopter. You guys can get it for $1.8 million, and you could store it inside of your submarine. It's literally one of the best helicopters you can buy in the game, and it is better than the Buzzard. If you guys do want to see a video on that, there's a link down below in the description comparing this helicopter to the Buzzard attack chopper. They're both in the same price range, but this helicopter absolutely slaps it. Now, some of the cool features about this vehicle is, one, it's extremely fast, it's extremely agile, and it can also shoot missiles literally constantly, compared to the Buzzard, which can shoot 2, and then you have to wait until they blow up, and then you could shoot some more. This helicopter, though, you can just constantly fire them, and you have an infinite amount, which is pretty great. And it can also be spawned in right next to you. It can be called in the exact same amount of time as the Buzzard as well, and once it's destroyed, you only have to wait about 2 minutes to call it back in. Another amazing thing about the Sparrow helicopter is the fact that you can request it in from pretty much anywhere. You guys can see I'm stuck on this mountain. I have no way to get down, and this will happen to you guys a lot. If you try to request your Buzzard in, it'll say it's not available in this location. But if you go to your services menu, go over to the submarine and call in your Sparrow, it will be delivered. Now, it doesn't get delivered literally next to your character, even though most of the time on a road it will be, but hey, it literally spawned in right down the road, right here on this mountain when you couldn't even call in your Buzzard. So at this point, you would be running down the mountain, trying to get down to a road, then to call in your helicopter, but since you got the Sparrow, it literally is sitting right here, which is just a great thing about it, because if you're on the top of a mountain, when you guys spawn in a brand new lobby, you can just request your Sparrow and it'll spawn a lot closer to you than the Buzzard would. Another amazing reason why you need to purchase the Sparrow. It's just an amazing vehicle. The next vehicle you absolutely need to buy in GTA Online is going to be the Toreador. This thing is extremely fun to use. It does cost $3.6 million, but you guys probably spend that money almost every week in GTA Online on random stuff, and if you don't already own this car, trust me, you need to buy it. It can be turned into a submarine. It's extremely fast. It can shoot rockets. It has machine guns on it. And of course, it has a NOS boost, which can be used underwater and above ground. It can also outrun homing missiles, which is a great thing because of that rocket boost. It recharges incredibly fast, just like the Vigilante does, making it a really overpowered vehicle. And like I said, you can use the nitrous underwater. It also comes with a free sonar station, so if you guys are into actually catching those crates or going and capture them under the water or whatever every day in GTA Online to get some free money, you get it for free in this vehicle. So why would you not want that, right? It's a free sonar station, which costs like $1 million in the submarine. So it's obviously a great vehicle, but that's not the only thing that's awesome about this vehicle. You can do this really weird glitch with it in a certain mission. If you guys do want to see that video, the link is also down below in the description. But you guys can literally fly to space with this vehicle. You can fly above the boundary limit in GTA Online and literally just keep on going up because the boost just keeps on recharging. Of course, that is with a glitch. The boost does not recharge normally, but it is still a really fun vehicle to use, and I would highly suggest you guys buy it. You guys obviously knew the Oppressor Mark II had to be on this list. It's another vehicle you need to buy in 2021. If you guys were considering purchasing a vehicle to help you do work in online by doing special cargo missions, vehicle cargo missions, or even just doing preps, or to get you from point A to point B really quick, you're going to be using either the Sparrow helicopter or the Oppressor Mark II. Those are the ones that you're going to think about buying. The only reason I would suggest getting the Oppressor Mark II over the Sparrow helicopter is because of the ease of access. Let's say you guys were flying the Sparrow and you guys needed to go and kill some enemies somewhere to go and do something for special cargo or something like that. You would have to exit the vehicle, open the door, go and get what you need to, then get back inside the helicopter, wait for it to start up again, and then slowly take off into the air, and it would take you about 10 seconds to reach top speed. With the Oppressor Mark II, you can land in like 1 second, go and grab what you need to, hop back on the bike, use the rocket boost, and be at top speed almost instantaneously. Another reason why the Oppressor Mark II is great. The Oppressor Mark II is also very agile and very quick, so you can easily outmaneuver any kind of rockets or any enemies trying to kill you. You can also do the same thing with the Sparrow helicopter. I remember some jet griefer was trying to kill me, and I just kept trolling him. He could not hit me with any of his missiles because he was absolutely trash. Or maybe it was actually good, and the Sparrow helicopter is just that easy to use. But honestly, both of these vehicles are great, and if you're considering buying one of them for work, honestly, just buy both of them, because let's say your Oppressor Mark II gets blown up, just request your Sparrow in, or if your Sparrow gets blown up, just request your Oppressor in, and you'll always have a vehicle that is great right by your side to help you with anything you need in this game. So you guys like racing. Let's go over this really quickly. For every vehicle you should use in every single class of cars for any kind of stunt racing. For supercars, the Emirates and the Krieger are the best ones you can use. I've won so many races using both of these vehicles. Great acceleration, great handling, and just great top speed. Amazing vehicles in general. If you guys like racing, especially with supercars, these are the two vehicles you should look at buying. Next up is sports car races. 3 vehicles you want to look at buying is the Itali RSX, the GTO, and the Juglar. I use all 3 of these vehicles all the time. For races on track, like pretty much 100% of the time I use the RSX or the GTO, but if you go off-road at all during any of the races, the Juglar will slap. There's some races where there's a lot of off-road driving in sports races, and the Juglar is just amazing. It has a 100 handling rating, and I've won so many races and had huge leads in full lobbies of races while using that vehicle. Extremely high top speed, super simple to handle, but honestly, all 3 of these vehicles are amazing, and if you already own them all, you know that they're all great. Next up, let's move on over to bike races. The Shitaro is an amazing motorcycle to use. You'll win a ton of races with this bike. It's extremely fast, and I've lost to tons of people because they were using that motorcycle. But if that's too expensive for you, the Badi 801 will never fail you. It's extremely cheap, and if you don't do too many bike races, the Badi 801 is the best bet for you just because it's an amazing all-around vehicle, super simple to handle, 135 mile per hour top speed, and like I said, it's extremely cheap, so it's great if you don't do too many bike races. For off-road races, you definitely want to use the BF400. It's amazing, and the main reason you want to use this for off-road races is because you cannot fall off your motorcycle, which is great, so even if people hit you or you hit a wall, you won't fall off. Amazing acceleration, and of course, you could take advantage of the wheelie glitch in races, where if you pull a wheelie for long enough, you'll gain a bunch of extra distance and be able to fly a lot further. Plus, it's just an amazing vehicle, and it's super small, and it's just great in general for off-road racing. In terms of muscle car races, the Gauntlet Hellfire and the Vapid Click are 2 amazing cars you should definitely use. They're 2 of the fastest ones and the best handling cars in the game. I would have to say the Click has better handling than the Hellfire, but the Hellfire has an amazing top speed, and honestly, they're both amazing cars. tons of great upgrades, and I would suggest buying either one of these if you guys do muscle car races. And those are all the vehicles you want to buy if you guys are into racing. We're just going to put this all into technically one vehicle for this video, but if you guys do want to buy any of them, or you already own all of them, you know that every single one of these vehicles is amazing for racing. Next up on this list is the Manchez Scout. Now this vehicle is not the best motorcycle for off-roading, and I've actually done a test on it before. But the reason you'd want to use this motorcycle is if you love doing wheelies. There is no other bike in the game that is better at doing wheelies than the Manchez Scout. It's extremely fun. You can literally go around the entire map and pull a wheelie the whole time and not have any issues. The reason why it's so great at doing wheelies is because it can turn. There's almost no other bike in the game except I believe the regular Manchez which can do this, but even that bike can't hold the wheelie as long as this bike can. So when you guys are doing a wheelie, you'll be able to literally weave in and out of traffic the entire time while you're driving this motorcycle. And you can also slow down to like 5 miles per hour while still holding the wheelie. So if you guys want to go super slow, I guarantee you can wheelie around the entire map with this bike and not fall off one time or make the wheelie stop. It's just an amazing vehicle for this, especially if you guys do that free mode event challenge to do the longest wheelie. You can literally get the world record for that. I guarantee you that right now. But this bike is amazing for doing wheelies, and I would highly suggest you guys buy it if you like doing wheelies. Next up is the ItzFrolickzYT 380. If you guys love to drift in GTA Online, this car is definitely for you. Or if you're just new to the game and you want to start drifting, definitely use this car. It's super simple to learn how to drift, especially when you're using this vehicle, and it's also really fast. It's one of the fastest vehicles in the entire game because it is an arena war vehicle. But like I said, if you guys love to drift, this car is the best for you. I have a ton of fun drifting around in this car, and obviously it looks pretty cool. It's a Nissan 370Z, and honestly, the body kit that it has on it is obviously something that you can't remove, which is somewhat of a downside, but I have to say the Apocalypse version of this car does not look that bad. I didn't put any body upgrades on this vehicle whatsoever, and I think it looks okay. A few more perks to this car: it's heavily armored. If you guys do want to upgrade it, you can upgrade a ton of cool stuff on it, including mines, which you can use to your advantage and have EMP mines, which shut cars off, spike mines, which pop people's tires, oil spills, which can either make them slip around or stick to the ground or blow up their car entirely. There's a lot of cool features to this car, especially with the dual 50 cal you can put on it, and of course the fact that it could jump and has those ripper blades on the sides and the front, which will spin cars out and make them fly up into the air, which is pretty cool. And of course, comparing this to the Duke Death or the Kuruma, I think it's much better because it has the same armor, but it has so many more abilities which make it a much better car that'll definitely help you out when you're driving around in-game. And like I said, it's also just a really fun vehicle to drift. Next up, we're going to be going over two vehicles that are really fun that you should buy in GTA Online in 2021. First up is the Oppressor Mark 1. I only use this vehicle for having fun and doing cool tricks. I've seen so many compilations of people doing all kinds of crazy stuff with this vehicle, and honestly, I don't blame them. There is so much fun stuff you could do with this. You could do tons of cool tricks. I know a lot of you guys are actually really good at using the Oppressor Mark 1, so if you guys are good at doing tricks, take a video clip of you guys doing one of these cool tricks and tweet at me on Twitter. Send me the video clip because I want to see how good you guys actually are with this thing. I'm pretty trash with it, but hey, I still love using it. It's definitely a really fun vehicle, and I would highly suggest you guys buy it if you just want to have fun in the game. The next vehicle is the Scramjet. It's another really fun vehicle to use in GTA 5 Online. I use it all the time whenever I want to have a blast. I've done tons of cool challenges with some of my friends, and I'm probably going to make one of them on YouTube for a challenge that you guys can win like 10 million or like the $8 million shark card or something like that. I'm not too sure, but I challenge all of you guys to this challenge. Get one of your friends online, both of you buy scramjets, and then the first person to get to the other side of the map with their scramjet wins the challenge. And you can only fly there. You're not allowed to drive. You can only use the rocket boost, and you can only jump. You're not allowed to use the gas pedal whatsoever. So I challenge you guys to do that. It's really fun to do, and I've done it before with a bunch of my friends. We all had a really great time, and I might do that challenge on YouTube with some of you guys for a chance for some of you to win some money. But the Scramjet is definitely a really fun vehicle. I would highly suggest you guys buy this or the Oppressor Mark 1 if you guys just want to have some fun in this game and do some really cool random shit. Anyways, that's pretty much going to wrap up the video for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, be sure to smash a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Be sure to check out my boy Joe down below in the description. And I will catch you guys in the next video.